OT admissions is not as random as applicants thinks it is. The students who get in are almost always the most prepared, not the luckiest, not necessarily the most qualified on paper, the most prepared for how they're actually being evaluated. I know it because I've looked at, I can't even count how many applications. So for the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what being prepared for an OT admissions actually means, because it's almost never what you think it's going to mean. Most pre-OT students define preparation as completing a checklist, and that's partially true. Getting the GPA, accumulating the hours, writing the statement, securing letters, studying for the interview, all of that's absolutely necessary. None of it's sufficient, because the checklist prepares you for what's being considered. What gets you accepted is something that happens after you clear the checklist. And nobody actually teaches that part, so I'm going to tell you how to do it. Here's what being genuinely prepared for an OT admissions process actually looks like from my perspective. There are thousands of pre-OT students in the pipeline every year. Applicants outnumber program seats about 3 to 1. So the pool that you're working in is competitive, and the margin between rejected and accepted is not whether you completed the checklist. Everyone completed the checklist. The margin is how well your application demonstrates clinical readiness versus just sharing academic accomplishments. Those aren't the same things. And the applicants who demonstrate them clearly get in at a significantly higher rate. So here are 4 specific criteria that you could use to improve your preparedness. Most applicants never use them because nobody told them what they were. And I'm going to tell you. The first one, number 1, professional reasoning. The beginning of showing clinical thinking, not just empathy. The ability to look at complex situations and reason through it. Self-awareness. Knowing who you are, what you bring, and where you need to grow. Not performed humility. Genuine, specific, observable self-knowledge. 3, values alignment. A genuine understanding what OT is as a profession and what that looks like from the outside. It also means that you understand the values, the mission, and the vision of the program that you're applying to. You also want to be aligned there. Communication. The ability to express yourself in a clearly, professionally, under some pressure. Those 4 things show up, or don't, in a statement, observations, letters, interviews. It all can be, you can always show up there. And here's the part that changes how you build every piece of your application right now. Professional reasoning shows up when you analyze what you observed in your hours. Don't just describe it. Self-awareness shows up when you identify specific areas of growth, not general weakness. I'm a perfectionist, we have heard 1,000 times. Values alignment shows up when you demonstrate an understanding of what OT's philosophical foundation is. That occupation is both the goal and the therapeutic tool. That participation is considered the measure of success. Communication is number 4, and it shows up in your writing and speaking in a clear, specific, professional manner. And here is the most practical thing that I can tell you about building all 4 qualities into your application. Every piece of your application is an opportunity to demonstrate these 4 criteria explicitly. Most applicants write their personal statement without even knowing that exists. The ones who know does this for every paragraph or every item. They self-check. Does this demonstrate professional reasoning? Does this demonstrate self-awareness? Does this communicate values, alignment, program, and profession? Those 2 applications read completely different to a committee. One is informed, one makes them feel confident that you're ready to be an OT student. Confidence from a committee member is what generates the next stage in acceptance. If you're interested in more ways to enhance your application, tips and cues, check out my group on the school community called OT Student Leveled Up. I have tons of resources there, courses you can take to advance your skill set. Or if you want to hang out in a group setting and actually speak with me and work with me. I have lots of appointments. Open. Both links are in the description. I really hope we get to meet. Good luck.